Dougie, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like G&G. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the instrument and take your friends and them can and all. Come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face with your snacks and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps, hey, good morning. Good morning to ye. It's your boy, Big Phil Speaks. And this is the Good Morning Gang Morning Show brought to you by myself and that good GMG. Good morning, gang. Listen, how are y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? How are you feeling? You better be feeling blessed because I know I am. Listen, we were able to wake up in here and exhale, utilize the limbs, bat the eyes a little bit. You feel me? So guess what? We're here. And in being here means we should count it all joy. Listen, count it all joy. Something's in my eye. In my eye. Count it all joy. Hey, come on now. Get about the eye. Count it all joy and go out on this beautiful Monday, the 24th of March, 2025, and make it one of the best days ever of your life. While you're out here living, make sure that you plan, plot, and strategize so that you're so blessed to see tomorrow. You make it an even better day than the day. That part, huh? Listen, all my constituents, all my friends, all my supporters, listen. Do your boy a favor. Do your boy a favor. Share this live with 1 to 7 of your good weeples, of your good peoples. Huh? Let them know the good things going on over here. Guan's on over here on the Good Morning Gang Morning Show with your boy. Listen. And y'all know what I like to say. I don't care if you're getting ready for work, getting off for work, unfortunately out of work, looking for work, or looking at your boo-boo butt thing, insignificant or significant other, or even your spouse. You like, damn it, I'm ready to put in work. Listen, the Good Morning Gang Morning Show gonna get you right and ready. Listen, who got in this building this morning? Excuse me. GD Miles, I see you. Good morning, GMG, huh? Sexy Sugar Mama. Good morning, good morning. Shari is part of that good HR team is in the building. Salute. Vader Way Beast. Salute. GMG. Young Dread. Salute. Rest Stop. What's goody like the mob? LPZ. I see you. Mr. Duncan. What's goody like the mob? Connie Baptiste. Hey, hey. Listen, said he was almost on time. I sure was. I sure was. Polo Dolo riding solo from the Kansas City way. Listen, Donnell G in the place to be. What's goody like the mob, huh? Sweetie Bandana, whoa. What's up with it? Who else we got in the building? Jay Pierce, I see you. You in here, Creole Cupcake. Good morning to ye. We're good to West Side off the early. Listen, not late, but early. It's 8 o'clock where I'm at. It's 8:21. It's 5:21 where she at. So you know they get extra special love when they get up off the early to holler at your boy. You hear me, Mr. Rich Wilson? He said, "Peace in GMG Grease." Oh, pause. No diddy. Listen. Have at it. They was fighting in my city. Oh Lord. Lam, what's up with it? Whoa, what's good? They like the mob. Bree, in the place to be. GMG. Huh? Y'all share the live and tell a friend with the tell a friend where to come on in, huh? And if you're listening or watching from over on Facebook, Twitch, or the good X, also known as Twitter. Listen, at some point in time, come on over to the good YouTube, clock in and do your boy a favor. Hit that thumbs up, boy, for your button for your boy. While you at it, hit that good subscribe button for your boy. More importantly, hit that notification bell, something like bing, so you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang morning show drop.
What?
Whenever the Feel the Love drop or
What?
anything that I put on this Big Speaks channel.
What?
You must be first to know. Brando Fernando, come on over to the good YouTube, girl. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, let me read this warning off real quick, like warning. Federal law, Title 17 USC Section 107 allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material under certain circumstances without the authorization, of the copyright holder. Fair use allows for the quoting of copyrighted material in the creation of a new work for purposes included but not limited to criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use preserves the free flow of culture. Listen, that part, ladies and gentlemen, there's so much to talk about, so much to say. I don't know where to begin today, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, baby. Listen, how y'all feeling on this wonderful I see you. Come on over to the good YouTube. Get on over here and get over there, huh? Yeah, that part. Y'all see the day's title. We at what are we at today? We are at 243 of them things. 243 of them things. The title is Grace or Disgrace. Huh? That right there, that disgrace is a multiple entendre. You hear me? Almighty KM them brung them on in. GMG. I see you. Listen, as these numbers rise, as people come on in the door, excuse me, there's a lot to talk about. Hey, Bryn. Hey, how you doing? Good morning to ye. Good morning and welcome. You feel me? Before I get started, I got to start off on a somber note. Even though that gentleman has lived a long, illustrious life, got to say R.I.P. to boxing legend and boxing great George Foreman. Huh? He left us a day or two ago. Um, his life and legacy will live on past my life and past your life and past probably your children's life. One of the boxing heavyweight greats of all times, George Foreman, Big George with the big hammer. You hear me? George, job well done. Rest in peace. I hope that they continue on with selling them grills, though. Huh? Ain't nothing like the Foreman grill. Huh? I I know I got seven seeds, 7 children, but that man right there got a gang of children, about half of them named George or Georgina or Georgette. Shout out to them. Our prayers and condolences go out to his children, his family, his loved ones, his fans, his supporters in this loss or whatever the case may be. As we enter into this world, one day we must leave this world. And again, George Foreman has left this world a job well done. Listen, huh? Had to put that out there. Yeah, his grills are the best, ain't they, LPZ? Grills be the best. The disrespect was a disgrace, huh? I didn't the rest of them silly. R.I.P. George Foreman, you hear me? Rich said, "I'm about to cook lunch on the George Foreman grill today." I know that's right. Show that man some love. Kiki, love you. LG Vaughn, Alexandra Cooper, Ruby Liz, y'all come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you, huh? It is about Hall's time. It's almost that time, Creole. You know. Peep ski, Wagwan brethren. Listen, for those that don't know, y'all might see a star by certain people's names. That's for those GMG family and supporters that have elected to join the membership, you know what I'm saying, to become a part of the elite, the inner circle of the fam bam, you know what I'm talking about? And we highly appreciate those that choose to do so. It's a light monthly cost, real light monthly cost to show support to me, to the channel, to the movement, and everything that I'm doing and putting out or whatever the case may be. So if you would, if you could, if it's in your heart, if it's in your pocket, you know what I'm saying, show some love and support to the membership, whatever the case may be. Like I said, it's a small monthly fee. I'm on a goal to get at least about 100 of my fans, followers, and supporters to join the membership. In due time, in due time. You know, I don't be on here begging about nothing. You hear me? Listen, y'all all got the bootleg George Foreman grill is crazy. And I'm pretty sure somebody did make some bootleg George Foreman grills, 'cause you know they always jacking people's swag. You hear me? Cassie, good morning. Happy Monday. GMG. Hey, late lover, come on over to the good YouTube channel. Pin right there. LG Vaughn, what's good? He said, I'm already on it. That part right there, rest up. Yeah, baby. Listen, where do I go from here, right? Let me just swig some water real quick. I will say this, right? This next story, I don't know if some of y'all, pay attention to my community post, my post here on YouTube, but I posted about this wicked ass couple out of West Virginia. This couple out of West Virginia, uh, and the slavery situation they had going on in West Virginia or whatever the case may be. These Bamas here, these Bamas here. As you can see, it says the white couple who forced 5 adopted black children to work as slaves sentenced to hundreds of years in prison, as they fucking should have. Excuse my English, huh? Stuff like this makes me angry. You hear me? A West Virginia couple who will spend the rest of their lives in prison after they were found guilty of forced labor, human trafficking, child abuse, violating civil rights, and neglect. Back in 2023, Donald Lance and Jean Whitefeather were arrested after their 5 black adoptive children were found in horrible conditions inside a shed. When police arrived at the home, they found a 14 and 16-year-old locked inside a shed on the couple's property. The teens told police that they had been inside the shed all day with only a small RV porta potty with no running water and were last given food around 6 a.m. that day. They also claimed that the couple made them sleep inside the shed on a hard concrete floor, which was later proven through surveillance videos. The 14-year-old boy reportedly had open sores on the bottom of his feet. The police were also able to recover 3 more children, ages 6, 9, and 11, who were reportedly outside the home at the time police discovered the first 2. All 5 children were reportedly visibly malnourished and smelled of body odor. A judge decided to throw the book at the couple, sentencing them to 325 years combined. Lance was sentenced to 160 years for the charges, while Whitefeather was sentenced to 215 years because she had an additional charge of violating the children's rights. You brought and the judge, this is what the judge had to say. You brought these children to West Virginia, a place that I know is almost heaven, and you put them in hell. 8th Judicial Circuit Court Judge Mary Claire Ackers said during the sentences, this court will now put you in yours, and may God have mercy on your souls, because this court will not. Listen, get they Bama ass the hell on up out of here. You hear me? Get their ass the hell on up out of here for the rest of their life. And I hope that wherever they go, I hope that wherever they go, that they get dealt with accordingly. You hear me? I hope and I don't be advocating for too much. I hope that wherever they go for their stay, that they're made to be slaves to people in their unit. If y'all know what I'm talking about. I hope that they are made to live out some of the agony that they've caused those young children that will be forever scarred in this system. It's a damn shame, right? Kids come into this world and they don't ask for nothing. They don't ask for this world, they are given this world, you hear me? And for whatever reasons, intent and purposes, maybe their parents or parent are not suited for, not ready for, or not able to take care of them, and they entrust the system, foster care, adoption, to look out for them and to, place them in proper situations, in proper homes with parents, families that want to extend their home and their love and care for children that are not their own and make them like their own in their family, to deal with certain, sadistic bastards as this couple here. May God have vengeance and mercy on their soul at the same time. Pray for me 'cause I'm not arrived. You hear me? Pray for me 'cause Lord have mercy. Hey, Cotton Candy. Hey, Kathy, I see you. Music for God too. Good morning, darling. Yeah. Now there's pictures and things surrounding pictures and such surrounding, there's some video footage surrounding these allegations, well, not allegations because 'cause they've been adjudicated, or surrounding these crimes, but I will not post them because it is a sad, sad sight that will make you either well up in tears and sadness or well up in tears and anger. You hear me? So I won't do that. Bad Wilson, good morning. Good morning to ye. Right, this story is definitely jacked up. "Hey, Tavy, I see you." You hear me? That's ACS' fault, they should have visited those kids. That's true too, Des, that's true. Charlie Hustle, good morning. I just hope that wherever they are, that they see it they see, uh, justice in a greater way. Because at their age, they not gonna be locked up too long at their age, let's be clear, right? But I hope and pray, and you're not supposed to pray for your enemy's downfall or none of that. These is children we talking about. I pray that those children are vindicated in a special way where those people are at. You hear me? That part. Imma let it go. Imma let it go because it is a touchy thing with me. You know, I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I love my kids and I love kids in general. I don't like to even have to report some bad-ass shit like that. I don't like it at all. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Here in 2025, you got sadistic ass people like that still exists or whatever the case may be. That part. Oh, Juan, good morning, good morning. Listen, for those that have been watching and listening, it's been all over, excuse me, these internet streets. For those that know rapper Sauce Walker out of Texas, out of Houston, Texas, and his artist Say So P from originally from out of Memphis were under attack over a couple days ago where Sauce Walker in the little circle, hold on, let me move that. Sauce Walker in the little circle and the big fella Say So P was shot, and Say So P was unalive in the situation in Memphis. In Memphis, allegedly, hold on, let me put my allegedlys up. Let me put my allegedlys up. Allegedly, the attack, the brazen broad daylight attack happened because Big Boy Say So P, R.I.P. allegedly ran off on his plug for 200 P's or $200,000. Not no small chump change, but $200,000, and he was back in Memphis, showboating and living it up and out in the open like things is sweet. And also the rumor has it that when they was shot, the offenders, the shooters stood over Sauce Walker, saw who he was, and was like, "Nah, you good," and then turned and went and emptied the clip in Say So P or whatever the case may be. Allegedly. Forgive me for my candid and vivid conversation about this. It's a part of the news situation. Uh, yeah, the hit was for Say So P. That's a fact. Why Showboat? Hey, Connie Batiste. Some people are just plumb dumb and stupid, right? Some people are plumb dumb and stupid. Uh, but this is my thing, right? On the heels of this situation happening, right? Let this be a lesson for the youth. Let this be a lesson for people that's outside. Let this be a lesson in general. But this next part kind of angered me a little bit too because it paints a messed up light for our youngins, for our youth that call Sauce Walker an idol or look up to Sauce Walker or wanna be a rapper like Sauce Walker or entrepreneur businessman like Sauce Walker. This next video, excuse me, highlights the effery in our community that needs to be checked. Y'all check this out. Let me know what y'all think.
Okay, RIP, say so P, man.
RP say so P, man. Salsa Lakem, salsa love. Thank you
Nick,
so much, brother. It means so
take
much.
care, bro.
I
I wish you would have stopped by, but I really want you to,
I'm
bro.
coming. I ain't scared. I'm coming to that.
You gonna set
I'm
it
gonna
up?
jump up. I'm
Come
gonna
on,
hop in that money. I'm gonna rap a song in it.
do a mic drop. Come on, let's do it. I mean,
Take a picture with you?
yeah, come on, come on. I want to take a picture. You sure? Can you stand up?
Hey, man, my daddy on the phone. Ain't raised no. Hey, daddy, how many times your house got? Tell him. Huh? Say it again. Say it loud. 45. 15 years old. Next dude. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, RIP, say so P, man.
RP say so P, man. Salsa.
Up there bragging that your house has been shot up since the age of 15. That's not a bragging right. That's not a rite of passage. That is nothing to feel gangster about. That is nothing to feel like a man about. That's plum foolery. If at the early age of 15 or whatever you were and your house is being shot up, at some point you would think or want them for your life to change, right? You get into this music industry to be heard, to make money, to get your family up out of situations, to leave a legacy. Your legacy is I've been shot in Memphis. My house been shot up since I was 15. I'm up here pulling up, and you making light of those that of the Islamic faith. Y'all didn't hear that salsa Lake salsa salam. That within itself is hella disrespectful and brazy within itself, or whatever the case may be. I feel like I feel like this should be a wake up call for even Sauce Walker, right? No man is promised tomorrow on this earth. No man is promised tomorrow on this earth. But while you here, make the greatest impact that you can, especially when you got hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of fans, youngins, youth that are looking up to you and your music. Got to be more careful. DC Mumbo Sauce was good. But to glorify your house being shot up in 15. And here you are, however old you are, I think he's in his 30s or whatever the case may be, still in situations or placing yourself in situations or unknowingly aligning yourself with individuals that's getting you shot in 2025. Make that make sense. Because it could have been another way. Not only could we be saying RIP say so P, but we could be saying RIP Sauce Walker just as well. If it wasn't for that one dude, one of the shooters or whatever the case may be, either recognizing you or realizing you weren't part of the situation, for real, you would have been up out of here just like Stace OP. And there would have been no more bragging, no more boasting, no more pulling it up, no more, Daddy, how many times my house been shot? What? And your father should have told you, boy, that ain't nothing to brag about. Don't be asking me no dumbass question like that. That's what should have been going on. Miss A Block, part of that HR team. I seen you. You outside, Miss A Block. Ooh. Hey, Pure Paradise 414 Sean Fuzz now in Instadrina. Pro versus Pop. Y'all come on over to YouTube. Why don't you, huh? It's the epitome of effery for me. It's the epitome of foolishness for me in the situation. But it's not like it's an isolated problem. It's not like it's an isolated story. It's not like it's an isolated situation. It's happening all over the country, and we need to do something different about it. You hear me? We need to do something different about it. This next clip ties into what y'all just paid attention to. Uh, I think we all that have been through some things, we all that have been outside, we all that have maybe been a part of the problem at a time, we need to tell the youth the truth. We need to tell these youngins the truth so that they know what's waiting for them down the line. Because as we know, making it off the streets, making it, as a drug dealer or any of these things are few and far between for anybody that thinks about retirement or going off into, the white picket fence over up on the hill or whatever the case may be and living the rest of their life in peace. But guess what? Matter of fact, just take a listen to this and we'll talk about it on the back end.
Cell phones are in the prisons. Let me tell you why. Because they know they're going to make Facebooks and they're going to make Instagrams, right? But here's what they're doing. They're making and allowing them to use cell phones in the prisons so it don't make the youth feel like it's a bad place. Because when they make the videos, they not telling you don't come here. They not telling you stay away from here. They not telling you that you're gonna be treated like a slave here. They not telling you that you will lose your life. When they tell you return. What's that? This is how we live in, fool. Blah, blah, blah. So it don't make our youth be afraid to do something to get there because it don't feel like it's a bad place. They let the phones get in. They knew the phones was getting in. Because they knew one thing. They gonna advertise to get people in here for us. They broadcast. They advertise. We don't have to worry about them coming. They all kind of making commercials for them to come. They rapping. They making their songs. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, they can still wear J's? Whoop-de-doo. So, look at what the system did. So, guess what? Here's how we gonna get it. We gonna pay the rappers. Y'all ready? We gonna pay the rappers to make the kind of music that's gonna send them to prison, and then we gonna make them make the kind of videos that's gonna invite other people to prison. Oh, we got a system. We got a system going. You ready? Can I say it again? We gonna pay the rappers to put the poison in the communities that's gonna poison the youth. Once the youth get poisoned, then they go to prison. But because they can have cell phones in prison, we gonna let them make the videos and they gonna draw other people to prison because they not gonna tell the truth. They not gonna tell them that they not really free. They not gonna tell them that they can't go when they want. They not gonna tell them that they can't see their parents and they can't go here or there. They gonna make it seem like it's cool. Let me tell you why. Dysfunction, without you knowing it's dysfunction, is dangerous.
Woo! Listen, understand that. That brother right there hit the hammer, hit the nail on the head. You hear me? A lot of these videos that y'all see from prison glorifying the lifestyle like everybody's living like that. Everybody got a phone. Everybody's cooking up. You know what I'm saying? Making the hookups and cookups. that they dress them fresh and they got Cartier and Versace shades, and they wearing all these different tennis shoes, and they, got the golds and things on and acting like jail is a place to be, acting like the penitentiary is a place to be, acting like the feds is a place to be. It's jail. It's jail. And on top of the fact that you got a lot of these prisons, privately run or, even under the federal, guidance, are basically running sweatshops. Why I say sweatshops? Because you working for pennies on the dollar per day, which means indentured servitude, which means slavery in 2025. But our youth are signing up for it at an alarming rate. Our youth are signing up for it at an alarming rate, not knowing what they're getting themselves into, not knowing that on the other side of that fence with the razor sharp barbed wire on it, on the other side of that wall with the razor sharp barbed wire and the sharpshooters on it, that it's a whole 'nother hell in there. That some don't make it home from it. I'm not talking about those that got all of it in a bag of chips for us time. I'm talking about even short timers. I'm talking about even people with 5 to 10, 15 years. Some of them don't make it home for different reasons, due to violence, due to disease, due to a lot of things. But folks is out here making it, Mo, what's goody? Out here making it seem like it's a badge of honor. When in actuality, salute to those that do their bid and come home. However, it should be a badge of disgrace. It really should be a badge of disgrace that you did something to cause you to be in the state or the federal the hands of the state or the United States for however long you get sentenced or whatever the case may be. Now, when I say it should be a badge of a shame or whatever the case may be, or badge of disgrace, it shouldn't be one you keep on your back for the rest of your life, but it should be a reminder like, "Listen, I effed up. I effed up. My choices effed up. My choices dictated me being in this position. Not something to come home like, yeah, I'm him. Yeah, I'm her. I did that. I stayed 5 years, 10 years. I did a dub ski. Like that's commendable because a lot of times when you coming home after them times, especially the 10 and the 20 and better, life has passed you so far by, you don't know what the hell to do when you get to these streets. And now you more lost in the youth and been out here left alone to the streets. Let me get this one Bama up out of here. Sorry about that, y'all. Stop capping. Say a lot of dudes think it's cool to be in the hood, acting up or glorify hood antics in the thug life, when really it only brings you death and jail. Word up, these young. That's a fact. That is a fact. Tina B. Marie, hey, hey. Sierra Bay, I see you around the way. Rashad Houston, the home team. I see you in the building. And listen, I'm not preaching from a pulpit. I'm not preaching from up on top of the hill like I'm far removed from the bullshit. Because I definitely was a part of the problem. I definitely was a part of the problem. But at some point, we must smack ourselves proverbially and wake the hell up before life smacks us in the face proverbially and wakes us the hell up and decide to be a part of the solution as opposed to a part of the problem. The frog, good morning to ye. Good morning. Excuse me. At some point, those of us that have been outside have to say enough is enough. Those of us of some years of wisdom should say enough is enough. We was having this conversation summarily last night on Spaces or whatever the case may be. Uh, we are letting our youth down, and it's time we tell them the truth. We glorify codes and things that don't hold no loyalty to us. Jazzy, good morning. We glorify hold on, let me see some, Frozen. Himothy, what's good? Oh, no, they said I'm not frozen. Uh, we have to tell our youth the truth. We have to let them know what's waiting on the other side of that wall. We have to let them know what's at the end of the rainbow, and it ain't a pot of gold for most people. We have to let them know that time is ticking and your life too. We gotta let them know what all we've been through, the journey that we took. Now, every man and every woman must take their own path in life. Everybody is tied to a destiny, which we can alter ourselves and or speed up or slow down or do away with by the will of God. God does not defile our will to control our own destinies. But a lot of people are walking a path towards their destiny and don't know where they're going, and they don't know what lies ahead of them. Us that have been outside, us that have been a part of the problem, us that have done things are the ones that can talk to the youth. I ain't talking about, uh, talk down on them, but talk to them and let them know and understand, "Listen, what you're doing, where you trying to get to, I've been there. Here's my state number. Here's my Fed number. Here's my paperwork showing how many years I've been, incarcerated. Here's the docket number for the cases I've been tried for. Here here's the bullet wounds. Here's the stab wounds. Here the obituaries of the friends, family members, etcetera, that have passed in my lifetime due to violence and or illness and things while I was away, and I could do nothing about it, nor could I show my respects because of where I was. We must talk to our youth. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. The title of the day show is Grace or Disgrace. We'll give grace to those that don't deserve it, but act disgraceful to those that do deserve it. We'll glorify and glamorize people, dissing each other and out here putting videos up, dissing their ops, dissing their other hoods and all these other things, and then cry for grace on the back end when the violence happens. We need to talk to our youth now. We need to tell our youth, it's a different way to do it. Now, just like when we talked about on Spaces, we're not gonna reach everybody, but the goal is to pass on the information and knowledge and hopefully reach at least one. When you do that, when you reach that one, their changed mindset can reach another and help change their mindset, who can help change another mindset, who can help change another mindset. If your voice is a little bit more powerful, you can reach 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 people and see how that can exponentially change the environment. But we can't be afraid to open our mouths, OGs, so-called OGs, so-called elder statesmen, so-called, uh, old heads, uncles, dads, granddads, big brothers. We cannot be afraid to open our mouths and care for our communities, the communities that we helped either destroy or put in dismay. It's your duty in this life. You took away You took away from your community. It's time for you to give back and or rebuild your community. The last episode was called Build or Destroy. A lot of us has helped destroy our communities. Now it's time for us to help build and or rebuild them and or repair them by way of our youngins. I think it's harder for us ones who will actually do it if we were put in position. Rich said, "Each one reach one, each one teach one," and that's it. Some get so perplexed or anxiety filled when they think about speaking to the youth like, "Man, these youngins ain't gonna listen to me. These youngins don't wanna listen. These youngins." But see, you looking at it from the standpoint like you in a pulpit or up on the podium speaking to thousands of youth. Start with the kids in your home. Start with your children's friends. Start with the neighbors' children. Start with the kids on the block. Start with the kids around the corner. Start with those. Start with those, and if you pay attention, you can see the ones that are seemingly lost, and those that are just trying to get out there, those that are putting their feet in the water. Start with the ones that are just putting their toe in the water and try to reach them. Offer encouragement, offer choices, offer change. Some youngins, y'all know their family life ain't right. They not eating right, so they go outside so they can get a pack of something at first so that they can eat and get some decent clothes in their back. You got a couple extra dollars, feed them. You got a couple extra dollars, throw them something. Tell them your story. Tell them your story. It's never too late, Mo. That's not true. It's never too late. That's the mentality that got us locked in the situation we're in now. Talking about it's too late. Yes, indeed, it's too late for some, but it's not too late for all. We can't keep keeping that mentality because that's what helps keep our community broken and our youth doing what all that they're doing. Now you're not gonna save everybody. You're not. You're not. If you save a couple, if you save a couple, that's a couple less youngins caught up in the system. A couple less youngins, hopefully their lives not being lost in the streets. A couple less of our youth that are going along with the bullshiggery. A couple less. And that can turn the tides because sometimes the leader of the pack is friends with that one that's just trying to tip his toe out there. And when they see him change his life, they say, "What is he doing? Or what caused the change in his life?" And then they'll gravitate towards this change. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. We have to do our part. Excuse me. We have to do our part. If we think our youth are lost, and we think the generation before them are lost, and we think the generation before that is lost, we the ones that have found ourselves, so to speak. Hey, Camise, hey, sis, come on over to YouTube. I'm over on the good YouTube. Those of us that have been outside, been through the muck and the mire, and are still here, couple scars and things, it's our job to help repair the situation. And it's up to us to find a way to change that situation to repair our hood. How the hell you out here considering yourself an OG and you can't repair your hood? How the hell you out here considering yourself an OG and you got no voice in your neighborhood? How the hell do you consider yourself an OG and you don't care about the youngins in your neighborhood? Remember back when we were youngins. Remember back when we were little wee fellas and we little young girls, and there were people that cared about us. And when we wanted to run outside, they kicked us in the ass. Get your ass from around here. This ain't for you. Until we got to an age where we was hard headed. But even still, the fact that I'm here isn't just only because of luck and cunning and things of that nature, but I was blessed to have a few individuals, male and females, that cared enough that didn't leave me alone while I was even in my own bullshit, that cared enough to pray for me, that cared enough to impart in me wisdom. See, a lot of us that was outside, a lot of us that were outside, um, look down on the crackheads, look down on the drunks, look down on the homeless, look down on certain individuals that people would call the scourges of society, not realizing that they got stories. They come from a place. They've been through some of the things that you're going through or trying to get to, and they can tell you how they fell short, how they lost their way, what made them fall into the hands of drugs, alcoholism, etcetera, how they lost their homes and things, and learn and turn and help turn a corner in life to something better if you listen. I was one of those that listened. I was hard-headed. I was definitely hard-headed. So I'm not up here preaching like I said, like I'm on a pulpit or I'm above it all. I was hard-headed, but I listened even a little bit. And thus, that's why I'm here to see 52 at this time right now. No one that still acts like a gangster or gang member at their big age can teach my sons. I'm glad my black is really beautiful, and I can't relate nor can my kids. Um, Queen, I agree and a disagree. Not that they gotta act like gang members or whatever, but they could be gang members or ex-gang members. Could be ex-gang members who can teach your children to stay the hell away from or what lies ahead for them in the future if they continue down this path or if they follow after these rappers, if they follow after these so-called, internet bangers and internet, tough guys and these videos and these things. No accountability makes these young guys feel they can do no wrong. That's a fact, Keith. I agree with you. The problem is too many excuses. We give too many excuses. "Oh, it's too late. Oh, the youth are done for. Oh, we didn't do nothing. Society is what it is. The white man is holding us back and holding us down. Woe is me, woe is me." When are we gonna have our enough and start to have care and compassion for our own? And not just talk about it in problem and such, but to work for the solutions of repairing our neighborhood. When are we gonna do that? When? When are we gonna start to do that? Because if it was too late if it's too late for them, then it should have been too late for us. Think about it. Those of us that made it out of certain situations, it should have been too late for us. Given the same thought process if for people that thought that way about us, but still we here, right? Still we made it through, right? And still I rise. I say that all the time because I think that that statement is so profound. Maya Angelou in that poem, "And still I rise." I think that statement is so profound in more ways than one. Imma put the link out shortly, Mo. We have to be able to stand up on our ones and twos and stand 10 toes down in our neighborhoods, the places that we help mess up, the places that we cause, uh, disruptions and destruction, etcetera. We have to stand up and say, "Okay, I did that, now it's time for me to do this." I'm putting the link out in a little bit. Not now, but in a little bit. And it's not as daunting of a task as people think. Because again You don't have to look at it like I gotta go get out on a soapbox and preach to thousands of youth out here. You can start with the people in your neighborhood. Or if you have the courage and the propensity to get online and speak into a reel, you speak into your phone or your iPad or your computer or camera and speak to the youth. Tell them your story without glorifying it, but tell them your story. One, to give credibility to the speaker, but two, to also let them know that they are not alone and that there's nothing new under the sun, and that everything that they're going through, you've been there and done that. And you know what lies at the end of that. Notorious GMG. And though there's more technology, though there's like more weaponry, though there's more things, nothing new is under the sun. It's the same problems, the same issues. Lack of opportunity, the need for money, the want and greed for money, getting out from under, uh, socioeconomic disadvantages, we being pit against each other, we not knowing how to get out from under in other means, we not knowing financial literacy, we not knowing our financial wherewithal and the power of our dollar. These are the things that can still be taught to the youth. These are the things that can open an eye or two. These are the things. Wavy Crockett, salute. These are those things. You ain't gotta agree with me. You ain't gotta believe nothing I'm saying. Believe in yourself and believe in your neighborhood enough. Believe in your children enough. Believe in your neighbor's children enough. Believe in the fact that, man, you're still here. Believe in the fact that you're still here. Those of us that have been outside. Believe in that alone, because if that's not a testimony, that's a living lesson for somebody to take heed to. Those of us that have been outside and faced all of it in a bag of chips, those that have been through all of it in a bag of chips, that alone is enough of a testimony that for these youngins to kinda look towards. Because if we don't say nothing, if we don't do nothing, who do they have to look forward to? The rappers, the entertainers, the people, the influencers that are influencing life as we know it. Some of the influencers are good, but most of the influencers and things that they're looking up to are trash. Are trash. And we cool with it because we bop and dance to the same music they dancing to a lot of times. Ain't that brazy? We bop and dance to the same music that they listen to. At some point at some point, we have got to we got to get to a place of having our enough. At some point, we got to get to a place and space to whereas that part of us, that compassion in us kicks in, that care for something other than self kicks in. Whether it be as a parent or grandparent or a family member, even if you outside, even if you outside, there's got to be that kid in the neighborhood that you see got something special with him, and you don't want him to get caught up in outside activities. Start there. Start there. 'Cause as much as we wanna blame everybody else and everything else, Mike 2 times was good. As much as we wanna blame everything and everybody else, we only have us to blame. At the end of the day, we only have us to blame at the end of the day. We have no one else to blame. These are our children. These are our youth. These are our offspring. These are our future that we're leaving by the wayside. Connie Baptiste said, just like we had enough when George Floyd was unalive, we came together as people. This is the same thing we need to do, come together as one. That's a fact of mundo, Connie. That's a fact of mundo. Whoever you are, Queen, talking about me preaching to kids, then saying Brazy is delusional. Isn't that gang language? It's actually slang language as well, Queen. Whoever you are, and the stupidity in your response. And yes, I was yes, to answer your question, and I am here or whoever the hell that is, I definitely was a part of a gang. I definitely was a part of the problem. I definitely was a part of the solution. I mean, part of the issue, excuse me. But now I choose to be a part of the solution. I choose to make a difference. I choose, no matter what color I got on, no matter what my background consists of, what I've been through and where I've been. See, stupid comments like that ain't gonna hold me bound to nothing I've done, because by God's grace, first part of the title of this, I'm still here. By God's grace, I am still here. By the grace of other people that were in the streets, not in the streets, etc. Family, some friends that cared for me, that prayed for me, that spoke into my life, on my life in a positive manner. I'm still here. In spite of the disgraceful way that I might have lived at a time or two. Despite the disgraceful way in which I've lived a time or 2 or time or 12, shit. And furthermore, queen, whoever the hell you are, understand this. Your child, your children's friends, the neighborhood miscreants, the mischievous kids, the kids that out here up to no good, guess what? They'll respect it more coming from me than they would you. You know why? One, because I lived the life that they trying to live. Two, I'm not putting on airs or fronting. Three, I'm not talking down to them, I'm talking to them to get through to them. And if you got a problem with that because of whatever color I'm wearing or hat I got on or this, that, and the third, then that's your stupidity. That's your stupidity. And you are part of the problem why we are the way that they are. I saw earlier you said something about my kids don't have to deal with and all this other bullshit. Understand something. I don't care if you live deep out in suburbia somewhere. Chickens come home to roost. Just because you done got away from the hood, don't mean the hood ain't gonna follow you out to suburbia. Because there's a lot more suburban kids trying to emulate the life of inner city kids than not. And those be the main ones getting caught up even quicker because one, they don't know what the hell they doing, and they emulate the lifestyle of a gangbanger, a drug dealer, a rapper, and all these things, and they ain't built for none of that. So why you talking reckless about what my life is like or what my life has been like, understand something. My life is just what the hell it's been. But guess what? And still I rise. And still I rise. Huh? I ain't cussing them out, Notorious. I ain't cussing them out. My point is this. My point is this. Instead of somebody listening to what I'm saying as opposed to locking in on listening to the message as opposed to locking in on the messenger and looking for my flaws or my beard isn't groomed quite the way that it need to be groomed. Oh, I got on this white little short sleeve little shirt. Oh, I got on this red hat. Instead of looking at my external, hear my heart, hear the message, and take with it, take from it what you will. Hey, Shawnette Bridges, good morning. A lot of y'all be faking frauds and part-time broads, and I ain't just talking about females. A lot of y'all be with the sucker shit, and then wonder why we are the way that we are. A lot of y'all lock yourselves inside your homes, and I don't wanna be involved. I don't wanna deal with it. It has nothing to do with me. It doesn't affect my family. I until it knocks at your door, till it breaks in your window, till it does something to your daughter or your son, till it does something to you, till it steals your car, till it robs you, till somebody you close to you gets unalived or hurt. Then all of a sudden, why? Why? Understand, this problem is not a segmented problem only for part of our community, but all of our community. This problem isn't segmented to a part of our people, but to all of our people. Hey, Sabrina C, good morning. The problem is some of y'all, no matter how young or how old y'all are too damn blind to see or too damn bougie to see beyond your stink ass nose. Some of y'all feel like y'all are too far removed from it all. And I don't care if you in the trenches or up in the hills. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because just because you think you arrived to the hills or to the big house, or whatever the case may be, if you think that it won't come knocking at your door, Google crime, Google home invasions, Google robberies, Google drug dealers from suburbia areas, Google gangs and that are in suburban areas. Google all these things. If you think it's just in the city, if you think it's just in the hood, if you think it's just in a tenement or a project, you're sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. Excuse me. We at some point gotta have our enough, man. And that's the point of all this. We at some point have to have our enough. And ain't none of us perfect. Ain't none of us perfect. And I know my life ain't perfect, and I know I ain't been perfect. I got my flaws and all, just like the next man and the next woman. But I'm not letting my flaws keep me bound or keep me stuck in stupidity. Nor will I let my flaws or my vices keep me from looking out for somebody younger than me. Nor would I let my flaws and my vices keep me from speaking up and speaking out. Silence is the bigger Silence is the biggest killer of our neighborhoods than anything else. I would say more than cancer, more than the gun, more than anything. Because when you stay silent, you have no voice. If you have no voice, you can create no action. If you create no action, that means you're stagnant. If you're stagnant, you might as well be unalive. You hear me? Dog in the yard, salute. Crazy, Dez, crazy. I'm just saying, there comes a time when we have to say enough is enough. Everybody ain't meant to be revolutionaries. Everybody ain't meant to be, militant in their stance. Everybody ain't meant to be this, that, or the third, but you get in where you fit in and try to reach and teach those that you can. Just like a teacher in school, you know the ones that are on the cusp of being great, but might just be a little mischievous. You know the ones that have it, just like you know the ones that no matter what you teach, they ain't gonna get it. Don't let the ones that you know you're not gonna reach keep you from reaching out to the ones that you can reach. You ain't gotta hold no parliament, you ain't gotta hold no festival, you ain't gotta hold no convention, you ain't gotta hold no rally. The rally can be mind to mind, and you build these relationships little by little, time. You're not necessarily gonna go out your front door and they gonna start listening to you off the break, but they see you around. You start shooting the what's up, the thumbs up or the peace sign, then you start speaking. Then you start saying, hey, young, hey, what's up, YN? What's up, little homie? I see you out here. You break the ice. You break the ice. Offer them solutions to problems that they don't even know they have, and to the ones that they know that they have. I know it's possible because I do it. I know it's possible. I do it. I'm about to put the link out there for those that want to tap in. I know Mo been chomping at the bit, pause, to get in where you fit in with this conversation, and maybe some others want to talk about it too. I'm here going about your business. Pin that up there. Excuse me. We all play a role in our future. Believe it or not, we all play a role in our future. We all play a role in the betterment of our community, the demise there within. It's up there, Notorious. We all play a part, even in our silence, even in our not caring, even in our turning a blind eye, even in our "I've arrived and it doesn't affect me." We play a part in everything that goes on, everything. I got you, Mo. Let me, get the room set up. Let me get the, window set up for you. Do 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 do. Do do do, baby. Mo Boogie,
What up, Phil?
what's going on with you?
I guess by me typing, you was misunderstanding what I meant was it's never too late for the youth, but when the generation before them are on the same level as them, meaning these grown folks
Mhm.
out here calling young men they big homie and following in their trenches
Oh,
and their
man,
footsteps.
yeah, that's crazy.
That's what I mean by it's too late. You got grown men out here saluting YNs like they big homies. And even when it comes to the gangs, I dealt with a situation when I was younger. I ain't gonna say what it was, but brotherly love overrides and overcome destruction. If you know the lingo, you know the lingo. That's
Yeah,
life. And that's what it was built for. And that's what it was built on.
right.
Getting brothers up out the hood, but they took that format and they turned it into a negative. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a
So at the end
fact.
of the day, we can preach to the choir. I spoke about this before. A couple of years ago, I asked 100 men to meet me, 100 men. I don't even say 150 men to meet me in Brooklyn to go to these projects and talk to these kids. And when I pulled up in that parking lot, it was over 60 women, 3 men.
Mm.
You understand? So at the end of the day, these men, especially in jail, especially in the streets, when you're on the same level as these YNs, y'all call them, which is a negative statement, they're young
Exactly.
brothers. You
Exactly.
understand these YNs that they glorifying?
Hmm.
When you on the same level as them, we can never see a change. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you got a whole fleet of dudes. You got 16-year-olds mixed with 40-year-olds. That don't make sense to me. That never made sense to me. It never. 16 to 40 is your game? How can that be possible? You understand what I'm saying? And the big homie is younger than half of the dudes that's in the game.
Facts.
So when you got the deaf leading a blind, what you gonna have?
That's true.
That's why I kept saying it's too late, not for the youngins. It's too late because the generation before them selling them, and I'm gonna say because we sell them because of money. We felt the generation before them because we was about our paper.
That's true.
We sold crack and drugs to their mothers and their fathers and their grandmothers and their grandfathers and their uncles and their sisters and their brothers. We were selfish. We sold it to them, which broke up them families. That's why them families are lost. You have crack babies out there, and then you have, after the crack babies, it was babies having babies because they had no guidance.
That's true.
Now, when I say we lost, is because now these young boys seen and saw all this destruction to the point where they don't even respect your era anymore at all. You are old head to them. So when you really try to speak to them, because of that generation that's before you, that's after you, is on their same level, they don't have respect for your generation.
Excuse me.
And I see it all day, every day. And I talk to these boys and I talk to gang members and I talk and I talk. They call me Unc. They call me Pops. They got a lot of love and respect for me, but that don't go across the board. I see them respecting me, but they're shit on another older dude across the street because they don't got no respect for him.
It's because of the way you interact with them.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. So yeah, we can talk to them, but until that generation before them straighten their asses up and realize that you are older generation, you're not on their level, it'll never get better because they only gonna respect what they see. So you can go out there in our generation and say, yo, youngins, y'all can't do this and do that. But then a generation of 30s and 40 years old out there saying, yo, F them. We doing what we do, blood. We doing what we do, cuz. You understand what I'm saying? It'll never be respect because that generation have to get it straight first.
I agree to a certain circumstance, but I also feel as though we can't let that be the excuse. Like you
No,
said,
we can, but how
like
many
you
of
said,
you
hold
guys,
on,
to
hold
be
on,
honest with you,
hold on. You say you talk to the youth, right?
yeah,
You gotta keep doing that. You got to keep doing that.
I do all day,
You're not gonna reach everybody. You're not gonna reach them all. But the
but it
ones,
takes more than me.
but it starts with. But see, that's of course it do. Of course it do because you can't reach all 50 states. You can't reach across the map. You know what I'm saying? However, if there's a Mo in New York, if there's a Phil in the DC area, if there's somebody in Texas, if there's somebody in Florida, if somebody in the Bay Area, somebody in LA at the same time with the same mindset, talking with one person, reaching one person out of 12, that will start a catalyst for change. Now
And they will.
it ain't an overnight situation or whatever the case may be, but we got to stop thinking like my voice isn't powerful enough to be heard or my
And
voice
you're right.
not
Now
affect
this
change.
is what we facing, Phil. Mo can talk to them, right?
Hmm.
Now Mo ain't on a level. Mo's a worker. Mo's an ex-street nigga. You understand? Who
Uh-huh.
can tell them what's right or what's wrong. But then you got a, a dude I grew up with that's on my same level, streetwise, but still in the streets mentally,
Right.
telling them, yo, don't listen to that bullshit, nigga. Do what you do. So it's a tug of war right now. You
It is.
understand? I see it all the time, and I see,
It
I
is.
see niggas I grew up with like, yo, homie, pull your pants up, man. You too old for that. Yo, why you still out here with that bull? Why you got a flag in your pocket, bro? You know that's, yo, come on, man. Don't come over here with that bougie shit, blood. And I look like, yo, you for real, brother? You damn near 50 years old. You
And
understand what I'm saying?
I get that, but it is a tug of war.
We still trying. There's a tug of war. These kids had a tug of war. They had a tug of war with the OGs that's really trying to make a difference. Then they had another tug of war with a dude like Meech come home and still want to be Meech.
And people glorify it. But see, that's my thing is this with the tug of war you talking about. We whether we standing alone or not letting go of that rope, because eventually somebody somewhere, whether it be one of those youngins or somebody of our age, is going to come behind us, pause, and grab along with that rope too. You might be out there by yourself, proverbially for a second or for a while, but somebody's going to say, "Yo, I've been watching Mo. I've been watching Phil. You know what? Man, I ain't want nobody to know about my past. So I've been trying to get past my past so much, but I've been forgetting that my past is what is an understanding that these youngins need to understand, because they trying to head where I've been or whatever. And they'll proverbially grab a hold of your side of the rope with you. And that's what I'm saying. One person can be the catalyst for change. Would Pac say? Would Pac say I might not what did he say? Some about that I might spark the mind of the person that might change people. It was, I forget what he said verbatim, but it was like I might not reach everybody or some. I'm paraphrasing, but I might spark the mind that might reach. We got to think like that. Like we're not gonna reach everybody, and everybody is not
And,
a salvational cause or somebody that can be saved.
and a perfect example, right? The Million Youth March in New York City, led by the late brother Khalid Muhammad. I know you know about that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? He brought thousands and thousands of youth together, even though his message was a little bit different,
Mm-hmm.
but he still was able to bring them together. But what only thing Khalid Muhammad did wrong to me, and I praise him, man. I love his movement. I love what he spoke on.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he said if the cops try to kill you, take their guns and blah blah blah, unalive them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said wrong. But the fact that he was able to bring them youth together at a peace treaty when they was killing each other in New York was beautiful.
That's a
But then
fact.
the power to be turned around and got the nation to turn around and do whatever he did. And he died in the hospital a week later.
That's a
Went
fact.
to the hospital with a cold and wound up under lives. But this is what I say, that it's so much tug of war, you know, that if you too much involved, they may unalive you just because you're too powerful. So the adversity that we're facing is sad. It's sad. You got some powerful people who said, "Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Oh, we see it.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
touching
some
that.
very powerful people
Yeah,
that have been quiet through a lot of
yeah,
different
I'm
things
not touching that." But
in
you
the
got to
last few years,
understand.
which is
You think
crazy to me.
about it. When you got a agenda being pushed by the power to be, and we keep thinking this is only a black on black crime. No, this is I'm gonna let y'all take each other out of crime. I don't have to do it. You understand? So they put in front, it was 1998, right? If y'all could look up the story, somebody stole two trucks from Kennedy Airport. Two trucks armed with 9 millimeters. If anybody remember that big story in New York, one was dropped off on Saratoga and Thomas Boylan. I mean, Saratoga and Fulton. And the other one was dropped off deep in Brownsville.
Mm,
Now, these are two trucks of 9 millimeter guns. Anybody from Brooklyn remember that story when they went on they dropped the guns off, and a month later they went on stings, arresting a bunch of Brownsville kids and Best-Side kids for having and selling guns that was dropped off. They claim the trucks were stolen
mm.
from Kennedy Airport, but the trucks just winded up in the hood across the street
Conveniently.
from a school. 271 is right there. 55 is right there. Conveniently, a big tractor trailer of guns was dropped off in an urban neighborhood, abandoned. So when the kids they want to see what was in it. Once they opened the boxes, all they seen was guns. And a month later, it was all over the news. All these big gun busters in New York, and
Mhm.
Brownsville and Bed-Stuy. Everybody and their mother had a 9mm. You think that wasn't done on purpose,
Of
Phil?
course, of course. But see that's not nothing. That's not nothing new under the sun. They did that in L.A. They did that in L.A. repeatedly, where they stopped
With
the,
the
the
sneakers and
cargo train,
stuff. Yep.
the
Hmm.
trains with containers on them in the hood, and they were getting vandalized because they knew that the trains would be vandalized anyway, and they was putting guns and drugs in them and things. So it's nothing new under the sun with that. However, that shouldn't just curtail or
You're
put us in a
right.
place of not wanting change and not trying to affect change. Yes, when you become a leader, like a national leader and all these things, yes, you put yourself out in front and you put yourself in harm's way. But
Right.
to be in your neighborhood and speak to one or two or three isn't enough to get you on but so much of a radar. But what
I
it'll
want to
do
ask you.
is a
I want
domino
to
effect.
ask.
Hold on. I
I
got
want to
you.
ask you one question
I got you.
real
Hold
quick
on.
after that, before I forget it.
Hold on, but it's a domino effect. You speak to one to three, and then they might speak to one to three, and they might speak to one to three, or whatever the case may be. But go ahead, ask your question.
You from the DC area, right?
Facts.
How many community or Senate or community seats you ran for in your community?
Oh, none. I know that. None.
You never ran for any of them?
No.
You know, that's the biggest change right there, though, right?
Nah, that's not the biggest
No,
change.
that's one of the biggest change because if you could get into one of them seats, you could make a big change because your voice would be heard further than what you're trying to do in one little community.
That's when you come to that. Yes, when it comes to legislation and things of that nature.
Yes,
I'm talking about grassroots, ground level in your neighborhood. These youngins you talk about, like you said, they look at us as OGs and old heads. How much more they gonna be disconnected from these senators, councilmen, aldermen, and things of that nature? So that those things don't affect the immediate. They
it
they
does.
you
It
have a
does.
you have a better chance with them affecting the voting process for bills and laws and things of that nature. But the grassroots of it all is us, our neighbors, our people. When we were younger, Mo, you remember a time when your neighbors gave a fuck about you and would call home to your peoples and I seen Mo out here, or Mo was up here, da 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 da. I know I went through it. I know I went through it.
Of course.
They cared. Crack era came, changed all that. We have to get back to that. We have to get to a place in space where one, we care more about the youth than they care about themselves. One, two, to get back to what community was. Once we get back to what community was, we'll force the police to get back to what community policing really looked like.
Hmm.
That was different when we were younger. Even for the cut ups and the fuck ups. It was different.
But even and you're right, you so right with that. But even with that, when we was coming up before the Reagan bullshit, before he taught them to shoot to kill rather than to shoot down an arm. You understand what I'm saying? Even the policing is different because they're taught to shoot to kill, especially the minorities.
but they
Make sure you get home.
but we tolerate
They
it. We tolerate it.
and the only way we're gonna change is, like I said, we gotta take over everything.
Yeah, right. Because if the community's different, the community's not going to allow it. You ever seen the movie Daddy's Girl?
Of course. And you see how they stuck together?
That's what community looked like in days past. The reason why the police do as much as they do in our communities because we allow it to happen because there is no unity. If they know that the older folks, the oldest of the neighborhood, is going to stand next to the youngest of the neighborhood and to not allow them to just brutalize. Now you know there's some that need foot in their ass. You know there's certain ones that but to flagrantly come into the neighborhood and brutalize our youth and or our black men and women until the community say enough is enough and say it's not going to happen no more in that way, that y'all are going to come into our communities with respect the same way you would out in suburbia, then it's going to continue to happen. But if we won't even assess and address our own issues, it's going to continue to happen as well. And I'm not
I
saying
just
that we get on some, oh, I'm telling on the whole neighborhood type of thing and turn our youngins. That's not it. That's not what I'm talking about.
and
Because
even that's not going to help them either,
right,
because even
right,
telling on them,
it's gonna push them into the
yeah, it's
ways
going to
of the
turn their
lion.
son up. It puts them into the system,
E-
and then it's
e-
going to make them worse.
exactly.
You know.
Exactly. My thing is, again, talking to them, trying to reach them. We a lot of times, and it wasn't personal to you. I'm talking about a lot of us. We give too much excuses as to why we shouldn't give a
No,
fuck.
I would never take that personal
That's
ever.
what I'm saying. It wasn't about you.
Oh
We,
no,
we
no.
we we give too much excuses as to why we shouldn't give a f about our youngins, but then wonder why it should be the way that it is. And we got to get out our own way to help them get out of their own way. And
And that's why we keep saying youngin. The problem is the adults. It's not the youngins. A kid is a sponge. They seep in what they learn and they react on it. It's these adults, you understand? That's running around like they YNs and they misguiding them. That's the problem. Kids look up to what they understand. Always remember that. So you got a grown man out there talking, and even with, I like what they said to you earlier. That was a shot.
which
You
one?
were saying brazy and all this
I'm
and
gonna
that.
say
You said it's a
brazy. I'm gonna
slang.
say brazy. I say a
Yeah,
whole lot of
I
slang.
know, but at the end of the day, it's still, and that young lady wasn't wrong with that. You understand what I'm saying? It's still teaching them wrong. You feel me, brother? It's still, even though we came up, me and you, we got an understanding of the language because of how we came
True.
up. But we don't have to use it in our day to day diplomacy because at the end of the day, we don't bang anymore. You
True.
understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, in order to change, you have to be an example. You can't sit there and say, yo, you're home. You can't be out there bringing, you know what I mean? That's crazy if you do that. Then they looking at you like, brother, who you talking to?
No, they on the contrary, they don't though. I'm trying to tell you where I'm at because there is a gang problem where I'm at. Two, they see me differently. You know, the youngest they do what they do, but I get a lot of respect from my son's friends, from my
But
daughter's friends.
what's wrong with saying a proper word? If you want to say it's crazy, what's wrong with saying crazy?
It's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, I'm authentically me, the good, the bad, and the different. So I'm not putting on airs. I'm not acting like, yes, let me expound to you, my young brother. Let me pontificate. Yes, it's crazy, the things that are going. Um, I'm not oratorically trying to how can I say come across as that brother that got every profound word to say. I'm kicking the Willy Bobo to the youth where they receive it. I'm speaking to people that speak a certain way. And they respect it, not saying that Phil's active or this, that, and the third, because there's some youngers I know that are Crips. And I still say brazy. And I don't do it to disrespect them, but they know who I've been and where I come from, but they know also where I'm
Okay.
at. But they know where I'm at, and they know that with the conversation, I'm not going to tell them what they want to hear. I'm going to tell them what they need to hear without talking down on
Okay.
them or condemning them too. Michelangelo,
So,
GMG,
so,
TKBSA,
right.
salute.
So, right.
Yeah,
My question was to you again.
sure.
At what point do you use a proper diplomacy if you really want to make a change? Because we all came from that. I still got it in my blood. Like it is what it is. When I'm around them folks and we kicking it and we chopping it up, we kick our Willy Bobo, we kick our Slingo. But what you speaking to the massive right now, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
It that lingo and when the lady said, even though she was being CEO, whoever it was, it does make a lot of sense because only one can change is you.
I got
You
okay.
can't change it
Okay.
halfway. You got to change it all the way, Phil,
What
all
what
the
what about
way for them to completely understand.
what about our black leaders? Some that are highly celebrated, even in their age, that still use the word nigga. in their sermons, in their speeches, in their outreach to people.
Okay.
It's the
And when they
same
break
thing. It's the
and
same
when they
thing.
break down the word nigga, right?
They're
They
not using it
use
as
that.
never
Hold on,
getting goals accomplished.
hold
They not
on. I don't know which of these who are these that you
from
talking
the
about that
top to
sit
top.
there
You know who I'm
and
talking
sit there
about.
and have a big who Farrakhan?
He's one, and even on the other
Okay,
side
but
of that,
when he say the word nigga, he breaking down what the word nigga mean, don't he?
no,
And
not
if you sit, he don't
no.
call black people nigga.
He
He don't
said,
say
"You
you
niggas."
niggas.
Yes,
No, I
yeah,
never
yes,
heard that. We're not gonna
yes.
put that on Farrakhan. We're
No,
not
listen,
gonna do
hear
that.
me, hear me. He has admonished people, and the point I'm making is, what I'm making is, he's utilizing words and things to grab people where they are. That's the point I'm making. But
Okay.
there's a message. There's a message to there's a method to the madness. That's true. But he's not always going into a clinical definition of why he's using I. He's speaking to certain things that are going on at times, and he in his passion and in his eloquence, he's saying certain words because one, even though he might be far removed or at a certain place in space, both spiritual and in his business acumen and things of that nature, he's still showing people he's of the people, by the people, and with the people. That's the point that I'm making, as opposed to but I get what you're saying. You don't always have to. I got you, dog in the yard. I'm about to bring you in. You don't always have to use the terminology to affect change. I get it. I get what you're saying, and I don't. In some
We
settings, I
our
don't.
problem is as people, we think because our people are ignorant, right? We think only way they're gonna listen is with ignorance rather than making a fully change. You know what I mean? And that's what you're explaining right now. So if using the word, the nigga word, you understand? Can get my people attention. That's what I'm gonna use. Rather than changing them and teaching them that that word
Say that one more
don't
time.
represent us.
Say that one more
Huh?
time. Say that one more time. You said we're using that word
I
what?
say by using a word, the
Uh-huh.
ignorant word, right?
Right.
To grasp our people attention,
Uh-huh.
we're teaching them wrong because we shouldn't have to get their attention by ignorance because that's what we're trying to swerve away from. Wonder Woman. You feel me? Can you hear me? Or
No, I
somebody
hear
else
you.
came in?
No, I hear you. I hear you. And I agree to a certain extent, but sometimes you got to reach people where they at too. It's almost like spoon feeding a baby. If they're used to talking and dealing and relating in a certain way, sometimes
Yeah.
if you come from so far left or so far right with your terminology, with your speaking, you're gonna miss them. They're gonna miss you because they're gonna be like,
Yeah. Yo, Phil,
uh-huh.
I'm trying to back now. I can't cam down. I don't know how to do it
I got you.
because I got to back into this spot. So
I got
everybody
you.
be good. I'm going to be
Salute, my brother.
listening.
Peace. I
All
got
right.
you. Dog in the yard, what's good? If you're there, you got to unmute your mic. Dog in the yard, are you there?
Yo, what's up, Phil?
There
I'm
you
here.
go. What's going on, my brother?
I kind of wanted to chop it up with Mo. You know what I'm saying?
Might tap back in a little bit.
Yeah. I just wanted to give him a little bit of insight of what's going on right now with, you know what I'm saying, with the gang shit. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Well, I'm
'Cause
sorry.
even that's
Let me
different
wash my
than what it
mouth.
used to be.
Um, with the gang stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, I'm here in South Carolina, and I'm tapped in with the U. So if you know what the U is, you
Hey,
know
check.
what the U is.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
there's a lot of things that we've been trying to do to change things around. You know what I'm saying? And to talk to Mo about, you know, getting into politics. I had a brother of mine who is a known treetop member in my neighborhood and in my city who did time, came home, got his life together. Um, he was big on like mentorships. He has one of the largest mentorships here in the city.
Mm.
Um, yeah, man, he tried to go the route of tapping in and pursuing. He's at every council meeting, every school board meeting, and he couldn't get the necessary backing that, you know what I'm saying,
That he
to
need.
really to jump off. It's more than just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that you need to do. Um, it's hard to get that backing, especially here in the South. You know what I'm saying? So uh I you know what I'm saying, well, I ain't gonna just say me, but we just feel like you were saying earlier, it's the easiest route for us is to talk to get hands on with the youth
Fact.
and try to do it on a 1v1 level. You know what
Fact.
I'm saying? And you have to dumb it down to their level a little bit so they can understand what's
Fact.
going on. You know what I'm saying? So like I hear what he's saying. You know, I'm not calling no YN big homie or nothing like that. And a lot of the actual, big homies ain't doing that either.
Ain't big
You know what I'm
homie for
saying?
real. Yeah.
So it's a catch 22. A lot of us reason I see a comment, do you
You ain't gotta explain that.
uh but yeah, it's shit hard, man. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to make it a more positive outlook, but with the stigma behind it, it's hard to people hear gangs and just think automatically bad. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit here and act like don't know bad come with it,
Mhm.
but what people have to realize a lot of the times that's all people know how to do to support themselves. You know what I'm saying? Is to do the other stuff. So what another thing like with me, I can only speak for me. I breed dogs, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I try to get some of the youth, especially a lot of youth like dogs, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So hey man, you come help me clean up my kennel, whatever the case may be. If I got some extra dollars, I give them extra dollars. Hey, if you
Mhm.
want to pup, hey, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? You
Work
can
it
get a
off together.
pup.
Yeah.
We can. Hey, I teach these kids bike training. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to do different things to
Mhm.
really, tap in with them.
Right.
So, I mean, like I said, man, it's hard, but I just feel like I just wanted to get up and say, man, if every male, positive male, can gravitate to, I don't care if it's just one at risk youth, it's better than not trying at all. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people get up here and
Facts.
say,
Facts.
a lot of people get up here and can talk about it, but don't be about it. You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But that's all I had to say, man. Salute to the GMG, man.
I appreciate you, my brother, as usual.
And I love this type of topics, man. We had a good topic. Like we
Last night,
we
yeah.
touched on a lot of this last night, man. And I just, man, and it's not just the men. Like Mo said, I would agree with Mo, man, because it did been times where we didn't do cookouts, we didn't have back to school bashes,
Mhm.
we didn't, you know what I'm saying? We didn't did backpack draw, all that stuff, man. And you, like you said, you can invite 100 homies, quote unquote, but it be the homies, old lady who pop out and show up. You know what I'm saying? It be the
Yeah.
sisters. It be the sisters who come in and hold stuff down. So, like I said, man, it don't. If you feel this strong about what you feel this strong about, then just tap in, man. Tap in with the youth, man.
That part.
And the biggest thing is not talking to them, is being that listening ear for them. You know what I'm saying? Being that listening ear to,
Yeah.
to them, because a lot of
Yeah.
times them youths don't have nobody they can talk to. They don't
Exactly.
have nobody that they can reach out to, or have nobody that will just listen to them and listen to their problems. You know what I'm saying? And while you listening to them,
You right. You
and
right.
I just read a comment that just kind of
Don't even worry about that stuff.
yeah
Ain't on nothing.
but while you just that shit just threw me all the way off. Just every person, man, just gravitate to somebody, Hey, and I like what Jazz said yesterday, man. Jazz say, even if it's your family, if you see a family member that's going down the wrong side, and you feel like you can help them out, or give them something, or give them a toolage to better themselves, man, do that as well, man. It
Facts.
can- it can start in your own family. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's the thing. Everybody thinking I'm speaking like I'm. You got to set up some kind of multimedia conference and just announce this thing to the world and to talk to all the youth across America. No, start in your home, then start next door, start on your block, start around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Let it grow where it's supposed to grow. Let your voice be heard where it can be heard at. Let your voice grow influence where you're most likely to receive it, as opposed to thinking, oh, like how can I save all the children in the world, all the youth? You're gonna drive yourself crazy, especially if you're not in an open, if you're not in a situation where you're a national speaker, or one of those things. You got to build. You got to start where you are. Just like somebody that wants to do a podcast, you got to start by turning your phone or your camera or your iPad or your computer on and talking to it. You got to start by doing something. And that's the thing. We give so many excuses that we excusing ourselves out of our blessings. We excusing ourselves out of where we need to be as a people, period. We got to stop making excuses and work for those solutions. And yeah, you might not be one to speak to like a whole room full of juveniles or youth. You might not be that person. You might be that person that could sit down on the stoop and talk to one or two of your kids' friends and just have a conversation with them. Get to understand where their thought process is at, what they thinking about, what makes them tick. That might be the place and space for you. But in doing so, you'll help to affect change because they'll get to respect you depending on how you present yourself. And like Dog in the Yard said, it ain't just about talking to them; it's listening too. Because a lot of them are looking for counsel. They looking for understanding. They looking just like us. It is a thing with black men. They say, well, we don't get to talk, we don't get to pour out, we don't get to open up, we don't get to express our emotions or whatever the case may be. I think more than black men, black youth got it even worse. Black youth got it even worse. So sometimes you got to be not only the mouthpiece, pause, to offer insight, but also the ear. Sometimes the shoulder for them to cry or get a hug from, or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? The hug they can't get at home, the fatherly or older brotherly love that they can't get at home. You might be that conduit. You might be that person, that individual that give them that, or whatever. Sisters, you might be that maternal look for them that they not getting at home. Or her, or a young girl that might not be getting at home. She might need to learn some things in life. When I say the youth, I'm not just talking about young boys, I'm talking about young girls too. Because there's young girls out here living lost too, and doing all kinds of strange things for change and other things that they don't have to do or need to do. And those that have walked a certain lifestyle or certain pattern can help guide them away from certain things. Even if they still have to walk through the flames, you might be able to keep them as unscathed as possible, walking through the flames with your counsel and your guidance, or whatever the case may be. And again, you're not going to reach everybody. You're not. You're a bad man if you could. But with being realistic, reach where you can, teach where you can, listen where you can, speak where you can. That's it right there, Sarah Lynn. And we can't wait until kids get into trouble to offer support. It takes a village. That part right there. That part right there, and I was I meant to ask Mo because I remember he brung that up before, and I meant to ask him, did they move forward with the march or to go into the hoods talking to the people, even though it wasn't 100 brothers that showed up? Did they move forward with that or whatever? Because I hope that was not a stopping block for him. That only a couple men and mostly women showed up. I hope that he kept pushing forward, and I hope that he excuse me, went in and talked to a couple people or whatever the case may be, because we need that. We need that. Doctor, whoever you are, you about to get banned from here because enough is enough. Hold on, where you at? Yeah, because some things are just stupidity. How about that? Bye bye. Bye bye. We have to support
Yo,
our women
people be
because they are the ones
crazy,
who carry
bro.
the babies.
Like,
Everything outside impacts the development of a child inside the womb. That's a fact, Sarah Lynn. That's a fact. That's all right. He can't make no more comments in here. It's all good. And sometimes that's the thing when you speaking about betterment, when you speaking about positive things or trying to make a positive effect, the devil gets busy, or the negative Nancy's get busy. The miserable people they get busy because they can't stand. He's trying to bring people together. He's trying to speak a positive thing to people. Some people wake up on the wrong side of the bed. All you gotta do is pray for them and get them out your circumference. You hear me? Like poof, be gone, and let them miserable people be where they be. Because indeed, we can't change them all. We can't reach them all. And some people gonna sit in their shit and knowing they stink all to be damned. But it's all good. It is all good. I hope that you all are getting something out of this conversation. Uh, the morning show gears to be a little bit different and offer insight in things that help to change our communities and help to affect change in humanity. Period. But first, I gotta start with my doorstep. I gotta start with the things that are nearest and dearest to me, and then either extend a hand or include other people and other things or whatever the case may be. Negative Nancy's an ignorant eagle. That part. But dog in the yard, you got anything else you want to add, my brother?
nah, man. Salute to you, man. You know, we be tapped in, man. So,
That part.
hey, I'll be in DC soon. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right.
hey, man, I chop it up with you.
That part, my brother. I appreciate you.
I
Blessings.
don't know how to get off this shit
I
though.
got you. I got you. Just like that. Boop, up. Up out of here. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, GMGers and GMGettes. It's your boy, Big Phil Speaks. Some of y'all ain't come in here to be preached to or talked to. Some of y'all came in here for laughs and laughter. Go look in your mirrors right now. You'll get that laugh. Say, let me stop. I honestly hope that you got something out of what was said by myself, by Mo, by Dog in the Yard, and by various positive or insightful comments in the comment section or whatever the case may be. Every show ain't about a laugh. Every show ain't about so much trending news. Sometimes we need to be spoke to and unto. Sometimes you have to be open to hear a thing, something that you could take back into your homes, take back into your personal lives and spaces, and hopefully add it into your day-to-day comings and goings where it applies. If we want change, we have to be vessels of change. If we want something different, we got to do something different. If we want our youth to do something and be something different, we got to offer and help them to reach those goals. If we truly believe the children are our future, we got to operate and act as such. That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to like me personally. You don't have to like my delivery. You don't have to like what lingo that I say, what colors I wear, how scruffy I look. Forget me. It ain't about me. It's about the message. It's about our youth. It's about our youngins. It's about your and my sons and daughters. It's about our community. It's about us as a people. It's about us as humans. Forget me. Look at me. Look at me like, okay. Next time y'all get Dr. Ellis Greavy out here forever. Y'all just block him. Yeah, matter of fact. I lost my train of thought that fast. But anyway, no, look at me as a burning bush, pause, or proverbially like that ass, pause in the Bible. Don't look at the messenger. Don't look at the messenger, look at the message. And hopefully that you glean something out of it and take it back to your prospective households and neighborhoods, etc. There's a lot of change that's necessary. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of education, a lot of learning, a lot of unlearning, a lot of relearning that needs to happen. And here at the Good Morning Gang morning show, like I said, not only will we give you entertainment, trending topics, and things of that nature, not only will we roast and rank and have some fun and jokes and things, but the goal is also to teach something, to spark conversation, to spark a debate, to spark dialogue. That even if you walk away disagreeing, that you can still grab something from. I appreciate y'all for tapping in and tuning in. For those that are on Facebook, those that are on Twitch, those that are on X, aka Twitters. Hopefully you'll come over here at some point and hit a thumbs up for your boy, because I want to menage with the algorithm. Second of all, I hope that you all will come and hit subscribe, because over here, GMG, we a family. You could be a part of that family. Third and most importantly, after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, something like this. Ding, 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 ding. So you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang morning show drops. What? Whenever Feel the Love Friday drops. What? Anything else that I put out on this good Big Phil Speaks channel. What? You be amongst the first to know. You figure deal me? That part. But make sure you click all when you hit the notification bell, because sometimes YouTube be tripping. And we want you to be amongst that elite. That part right there, huh? Yes, indeed. We also have to be real with the young people. We have to tell them we all fall short sometimes. That's a fact, Sarah Lynn. That's a fact. Ain't no big I's, small U's when it comes to our people, man. We got to understand that we all got a past. We all come from a thing. Some come from more than others, and some come from less than others. But we all come from a thing. You feel me? Thank you, Sierra Bay. As I prepare to move on from this situation, you feel me? Smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. And last but not least, I'm not anti-you. I'm pro-me, but with an emphasis on building we. Let that marinate in your melon till the next time we can chop it up and have a tay-to-tay. Until that day, I'll holler.
We're one big happy family. We're GMG. One big happy family. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend, tell a friend. It's GMG and Big Phil Speech.
Yerp, we up out of here. Y'all do something prosperous, purposeful, and positive today. Affect the life. May your life be affected even more. I'm up out of here. Peace.